What's up everyone? Welcome to the first episode of Fresh Gear Fridays. In these videos, I just want to share with you new gear that has recently been announced or new gear that has recently come out. Share with you my thoughts about it and kind of what I'm interested in, and maybe share with you something that you haven't heard about yet. So the first piece of gear I want to share with you today is the new Walrus Fable. This is a new pedal that was recently announced by Walrus, and it's a really cool granular delay soundscape generator pedal. And basically what it does is it takes little micro loops, little granular parts of your input signal and kind of plays them back, loops them, and you can do different things with them. This is a type of pedal I've been really interested in because I think it lets you create really cool textures, really kind of lets you be a little more creative with the delay that you're playing with. And this is, I believe it's a mono pedal, so mono input, mono output, but this is really meant to be something to create kind of soundscapes and more textural kind of parts. So there's 5 different modes. I'm kind of looking at them right now. There's a reverse delay mode, there's a forward delay mode with an octave up, there's an analog style mode with an octave down, there's a multi-tap granular mode, there's a forward delay into a randomized pitch granular mode. So I think what's really cool about this pedal is I've seen that there's a lot of granular delay, different kind of micro looping delay pedals that have come out recently, and this one, from the looks of it and some of the videos that I've seen different channels put up about it, it seems really like easy to get into. It seems kind of like a good entry point to these type of more complex micro looping and granular delay pedals. There isn't a whole lot of menus and modes to jump through, but it looks kind of to me like everything is right there on the knobs, which seems cool. You do have a tap tempo switch, and I'm gonna link below some links to different demo videos of it and whatnot, but it's a really cool pedal. I think if you're looking for something different on your board, not just a normal straightforward delay pedal, this could be something to get into. Like I said, I think it's a really good tool for writing music, for writing parts. If you're recording or you're trying to come up with more ambient type things, I think it would be really good for that. The next pedal I want to talk about today is the Jet Pedals Eternity Delay Pedal. And this is more of a straightforward delay pedal, but what's really cool about it is it's in a really small package. Jet Pedals has other pedals like the Revelation Reverb. They have the Lion and the Lamb overdrive pedals that are programmable. They have a lot of really cool, interesting pedals that are kind of geared for worship and for worship players. And then the addition of all the Midi settings that they give you on a lot of these pedals is really cool. But for the Eternity Delay, I'm excited about it because it's in a small package. And there's a couple other pedals like that out there, but I'm interested to see Jet Pedals kind of take on delay and to see what they do with it, because I know a lot of the algorithms in the Revelation Reverb pedals sound really awesome, and everything I've heard so far from the Eternity sounds really cool, and I'm actually really excited to get this and try it out. So there is 6 different algorithms in the Eternity. There is a tape, there is a digital, there's an analog, there's a dual delay, and there is a slap doubler setting, and then the final one is the Jet Signature algorithm, which is kind of a slap with an analog dual delay. So I'm interested to hear that more, interested to play around with it. But I think what's also cool about this pedal is it's very simple. Like, the knobs that you get are really simple, but you can still have a lot of control over everything. You can use MIDI to control things. You also have presets that you can use directly on the pedal to switch between different sounds that you save. So it can do a lot of things in a really small package. I'm interested to see how it stacks up against other pedals that are in this size and this format. So you have things like the Keeley Halo. I know that's kind of been like a really hyped pedal recently. but it's kind of the same format, does a lot of the same functions as that, but it seems as though the MIDI capabilities of the Eternity might be a little bit more than you can do with the Halo. I'm not sure exactly what you can do with the Halo as far as that. And also there's other pedals like the Walrus D1 that are kind of in this category, and the GFI has a kind of lower priced Orca delay that can do some similar things. So I'm interested how it stacks up against those pedals, and I'm interested to try it out. But I'll also link to some videos of the Eternity below. So another new piece of gear that has been announced recently, I believe a few weeks ago, that looks really cool is the Morningstar Engineering MC6 Pro MIDI controller. So if you haven't gotten into MIDI yet on your pedal board, Morningstar makes a bunch of really cool MIDI controllers, MIDI accessories, and things that you can use on your pedal board to control your pedals. If you're using things like the Strymon Timeline or Big Sky, HX Stomp, different pedals like that, they have so many features in them. And using something like one of the Morningstar MIDI controllers really unlocks like a lot of things that you can do, whether it's switching presets, turning the pedals on and off, scrolling banks, doing a bunch of cool stuff like that. But the new Morningstar MC6 Pro, what's cool about it is they've upgraded from their older MIDI controllers to a new LCD screen that allows you to have kind of different colors, different size fonts, and it gives you more customization to the display, so you can kind of have different states for the different foot switches on there, and I'll kind of throw up some video footage of that. But it looks really cool. It also gives you different inputs and outputs, whether it's 5-pin MIDI, TRS MIDI, expression, pedal inputs and outputs. But I'm really excited about the way that the LCD screens allow you to have different colors, and they have these little strips that you can set to show you kind of the state of the pedal that you're controlling. So that's something I really want to get into, is MIDI on my pedal board, whether it is using it with my Strymon pedals, or eventually setting up something where I have like a loop switcher where you can use the MC6 to turn on and off loops for your more analog pedals like overdrives and things like that. So the final new piece of gear I want to share with you today that was just recently announced is the Chase Bliss MOOD MKII pedal. It's a really cool pedal that is really interesting because it gives you these two channels, one that has a reverb and delay and that you can select between, and then the other channel is a channel that kind of does micro looping. And this pedal is kind of in the same vein as the Fable that we talked about earlier, but it's kind of its own whole thing, and there's some really cool different things that you can do by interacting between the delay, the reverb, and the kind of looping and freezing and kind of warping that you can do to the sound. So the new things that we have in the Mark II version is it has stereo, it has overdubbing, freezing, syncing, fading, filtering, balancing, blending, and smoothing. So obviously there's a lot of intricate, really cool things you can do with this pedal. If you're familiar at all with the Chase Bliss pedals, they have tons of options that you can do with ramping and using MIDI to control the different parameters of the pedal. But the MOOD is really kind of an ambient machine. I think you can create all kinds of cool textures with it, and the design of the pedal is really beautiful. I really love the way that it looks. I love all of the kind of things that Chase Bliss creates around their pedals, the demo videos and everything. I'll link some of that stuff below. But I would really love to check out this pedal and kind of play around with it. It's kind of a unique pedal that you would add to your board. I don't think this would be your standard delay that you would sync up to BPMs and kind of use as your main delay on your board. But this is really a unique pedal that you want to add something for texture, you want to do more ambient things and kind of create soundscapes and kind of just get lost in it. That's the type of pedal that this is. So if you're looking for something unique, I think you should look at the MOOD MKII. So that's it for the first episode of Fresh Gear Fridays. I appreciate you checking out this video. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe and like this video. Leave a comment below and let me know what new gear that you are excited for, maybe something that you're looking at picking up soon. And I will see you all in the next one.